Hello, Transurfers and the Transurfing Curious. I am Renée Garcia, and this is Transurfing TV, the only official YouTube channel for reality transurfing that is endorsed by Vadim Zeland himself, my partner, the author of Reality Transurfing and the creator of it as well. So yes, today, day 10. The relief. Oh my God, I read this lesson before I turned the camera on and I'm like, holy smokes, there is so much condensed into this one single page here that is absolutely just life-altering. I mean, with this page alone, you can see changes to your mindset, your reality. It's very powerful. So I will get into day 10 of the 78 days of practical transurfing. Again, if you have not yet got this book, please feel free to do so if you'd like to follow along. Otherwise, you can just listen to me. That's totally fine too. I will give the statement, I will give Vadim Zeland's interpretation, and then I will of course kick in my opinion. But wow, this is a great one. So let's get started. This is day 10, the relief. You can get everything you want to have if you believe that it's yours without any terms or conditions. Your choice is a law subject to unconditional execution. Freedom of choice, the determination to have, is formed by the energy of intention. If excessive potentials of internal and external importance consume a significant part of your energy, the intention has no power. To reduce the importance of things, you need to act consciously and realize to what you attribute too much importance and what are the consequences of this. Excess potential energy is dissipated in the action. Turn your thoughts to the target slide and confidently move towards the target. This is your action. So this is Vadim Zeland's interpretation. How not to be afraid by adopting confidence and finding alternative ways. How not to be worried and anxious by keeping busy. Potential of worry and anxiety are dissolved when you keep busy. How not to expect and not to want by already accepting the defeat or expecting the defeat and moving on. Dissolve the desire and expectation into action. How to quit your significance. Accept it is an axiom and quit activities aimed at raising it. How not to feel annoyed by playing with the pendulum, violating the rules of its game, by reaching in adequately and violate its rhythm and it remains empty-handed. How to get rid of guilt. You just stop justifying yourself. How to deal with resentment and indignation. You stop fighting and instead start moving downstream the flow of variations or the alternatives flow. What to do if it is not possible to deal with resentment and indignation? Just allow yourself this weakness. Don't force yourself to always win. And finally, how not to bend under the weight of problems. Follow the principle of coordination of intention. So instead of struggling with surplus potential, it is necessary to act within the pure intention. It is purified in the process of motion. Oh my God, where do I even start to try to make sense of what he's talking about here? Because this is really a flood of knowledge. So what I'm understanding quite clearly is that anytime you have importance on yourself or importance externally that creates excess potential, that you can actually dissolve this excess potential by taking action. So let's say I'll use myself as an example, filming videos. I had so much importance on how I sounded or how I looked or if I was doing it right or if I was saying things too slow or too fast or if my voice was right. I had so much importance on so many of the elements of creating a video that it virtually just froze me and I couldn't do anything. I physically could not talk in front of the camera because of my importance levels. And as soon as I realized, and I don't know where it came from or how I got the thought, I thought, okay, you are going to lower importance on all of these things that have been plaguing you, so you haven't been able to do this, and you are just going to start doing it. You're not going to think about how you look, how you sound, how you're perceived, your content. You are just going to go. Okay, so in that action of just going, I actually proved myself wrong on a bunch of different fronts. It didn't happen instantaneously, but it did happen pretty quickly. That all of that stuff that I had believed about myself and my ability was really just in my head, and that was freezing up this possible scenario from materializing on my track because of those importance levels. How bonkers is this? As soon as I lowered all that stuff to the best of my ability to actually start creating a video, everything changed. It was like I was all of a sudden on this track where I'm making videos, and all those things that I had put so much importance on were just gone. So this is what Vadim is presenting to us now, that if we have something that we are struggling with via high importance levels, even if it's something like resentment or indignation or feeling guilty or something that you are feeling like is an internal level of importance that you don't know how to lower, to figure out a way to act out of that in the opposite direction. So let's say that you're, or it's as simple as you just allowing yourself and not attaching significant importance or potential to that thing and no longer highlighting it. So letting it just not even be a thing anymore. So let's say somebody in your life, let's say your mom is guilting you, right? And you have a lot of importance surrounding what she's saying in this and this guilt that you're feeling, and you're looking to eradicate the guilt. Maybe it might be as simple as just allowing yourself to feel guilt and just letting that emotion be okay and feel it, obviously, if it doesn't send you into an induced transition, but allowing yourself if you cannot fight it or act out in the other direction. So I would suggest to everyone who's watching this video today, when you notice something that you feel triggers some inner importance, let's just go for inner importance first, some inner importance inside of you. What is something you could do, a polarized sort of activity out of that inner importance that you have for that specific subject? Now, I don't know what it can be, because obviously we all have importance surrounding various issues and they differ, but try to notice yourself one time today getting triggered and you notice it's inner importance that's there, and what can you do outside of that? Act away from it. So again, it's creating that slide where you are adding material and information and action that are in direct conflict with that importance level, therefore acting away from that thought or belief or excess potential about yourself or something outside of you. This is going to be powerful when you can grasp what I'm talking about. It is amazing. And then a couple of questions for you all today before we end. What do you need to drop importance on internally today? So if you can just call them out right now to start, that's awesome. Most likely you'll be triggered through your day and you'll realize that inner importance sort of popping up. And what are the consequences? This is awesome. I look back on my past and the times that I had so much inner importance and created excess potential, and I was so focused on my own mind and my own will and my own ego I couldn't actually see the consequences that this thinking, that these higher levels of importance were, what it was doing for me in my reality, and how it was wreaking absolute chaos in my reality. So for those of you who have not yet seen it, I have drop importance tattooed on my body. I know it's a little bit of a graphic video there, but I just want everyone to know that this for me is my number one key for creating my own reality, because as Vadim Zeland says here, and I'll say it one more time, you can get everything you want to have if you believe that it's yours without terms and conditions. Your choice is a law subject to unconditional execution. Freedom of choice, the determination to have, is formed by the energy of intention. If excessive potentials or internal and external importance consumes a significant part of your energy, the intention has no power. Okay, there it is. This is the correlation of why when we have importance levels too high, it affects our reality and we don't get what it is we want. The reason for this is having those higher levels of importance and excess potential takes so much energy, we don't have the ability to put that energy into that thing, and it creates a roadblock. So turn away and lower down those levels of importance and start using that energy to actually create the thing that you want instead. Like I say, don't think about what you don't want. Think about what you strive to achieve instead. So, all right, everyone, I hope you like this one. Go back and watch the last ones if you've missed some, and stay tuned for the next one, which is super cool, confidence. I know we could all use a little bit more of that. Thanks so much, guys. Have a good one. Bye.